Hi there, I've got a card showing off some of the new frames and tags. We have Jennifer and Victoria on this one with a little bit of Scarlett in there. We will run you through everything we're going to be using. Going to be making a flower with the Nasturtium cluster with this one right there. Here is the Victoria, which we're going to be seeding our sentiment on. I'm just going to be using the center oval from the Scarlett for the sentiment. And this one is Jennifer, and we're going to be using the outside as well as the inside and show you a few things that we can do with this one. The Sweet Wishes is the clear stamp set that we've done our sentiment in. And a little bit of embossing for the background with the Aztec Flowers. It's an 8x8 embossing folder by Creative Expressions. And I think I'll start right there. I like to work from the back upwards. So I've got a piece of our gray card here, and I'll just give you a quick measurement. It's 6 3/4 by 5 inches. I'm going to bring in the Aztec Flowers. Now this one's got a bit of a geometric look to it, so you want to just see if you can center it nicely. That'll work. It's going to go into the machine straight onto the base plate with the raspberry adapter on top. Give it a single pass through. There we go. Let's put those back up here. Oops. And take that out. So you can see you've got a really nice look to this. This is one of my favorites because you can put little pearls on all those little junctions. It's quite cute. So I'm going to go ahead and put this right down in place. I think I'll use a little bit of Cosmic Shimmer glue. And then we can work from our background upwards. There we go. Center that. Oops. There we go. Set that to the side now. Okay. So what I've done is I've taken the center from the Jennifer and I'm going to make a long border. Now I've cut it once. So what we're going to do is just bring that one over. I'm going to just line it right up there. Put a bit of removable tape in place. And you want to tape it down nicely so it doesn't move. Get that like that. So we'll extend that and make it into a long border. There we go. Peel off your tape and use my two-in-one here. We'll take away the little bits. Got a little bit of tape under that still. Let's see if I can get some more of those out. And a quick little poke with the pokey tool through some of these extra little guys. So you've got a nice little border there. Okay, and take these away from your cutting edge too. Okay, so now I'm going to put this into place. I think I'll just use a little bit of spray glue. Bring my backing back over. And I'm going to add a little teeny bit of glue around the edges here because that will just help it stay put better. Okay, and that's going to go straight across the middle of our card. Just going to eyeball that. That looks pretty good. The next thing I'm going to do is cut the Jennifer outer area out of a piece of Custard card. So I'm going to tape that into place. So you have an outside cutting edge. You have the decorative piece. I'm going to tape that into place. And then I actually want to use the inside cutting edge as well. Get that all centered onto my card there. And a little bit over there. There we go. Run this one through. So the Jennifer die is a real nice rectangle. Got some pretty features with her. undo all of this. There we go. Take our center out. And let's see if I can take out some bits. It's easier when you roll it through the die, I think. Gets the majority of them out. Do a little bit of a tidy up. There we go. And take these last few bits out. Got some swirly pieces to knock away. There, a couple there. There we go. So you can see that's pretty. Beautiful frame. So what I want to do next is put this one going vertically across the center using a little bit of spray glue again. And just a tad bit of cosmic glue on the tops to hold her in place really nicely. Pop that right along the center there. There we go. And I've got some corners, some little pearl corners to use. I'm going to peel those off the backing. Let's see how we do. There we go. Oops. They're very forgiving, but you want to try and lay them down as straight as possible. There we go. Oops, I got one little guy that stuck to my finger. There we go. Goes right there. Two there. Let me get the last two on. There we go. These fill in really nicely, little areas on your card that you just want a nice little accent. There we go. Oops, I pulled that one apart. I'm going to have to bring that back in. Get the rest of that one off. There we go. Okay, corners on. So I've got the Victoria, I've cut in the same gray, I've backed in white, a little bit of mounting foam on the back here. I'm going to pop that right across the center. And what I've also done is I've used the center oval here in the Scarlett, and I've traced around it and hand cut a little yellow mat just because I wanted to bring in a little bit more of that color. And then I stamped my sentiment and cut it out with the die. And I've added a couple tiny little flowers there, but I wanted to make a pretty flower for it. So I brought in the little flower here from the Nasturtium cluster, and I've cut 4 of these out of the yellow card. So let me show you what we're going to do with those. On 2 of them, we are going to just pinch them upward. So I'm actually looking at the back side of the die cut as I pinch it, like that. Let me do the second one. Just right in the middle, I'm just using my thumbnail to push downward and my fingers to bring it upward around it. Okay, and then I'm going to bring the Cosmic Shimmer Dries Clear Glue in and put some in each of those petals on the underside of it. So I'm actually putting the glue on the back side of the die at the moment. There we go. Give that a second to set up, and these other 2, what I'm going to do is just curl them a little bit around my fingernail so that they're going up and over. So we'll give them just a tiny bit of shape. I'm going to do the other 2 like this. So 2 pinched in the middle from the back and 2 curled around my finger. So on these 2, what I want to do is I want to add glue to the center. And then on one of them, I'm going to put a little bit more glue just about halfway up on the petal, not too much. just like that. And on the last one, I'm just going to put a little glue right in the middle, okay? Let me try and get some of this glue off my hands. There we go. So next, what I want to do is go back to the first one, and I'm just going to bring all those little petals up and just keep squeezing them till I form a tight little pointed bud. Just sort of moving them around, and because I've got those little folds, I can start to do that. Give it a little second, and you're going to have a flat spot right on the bottom of the bud there. But now I've got a tiny little bud. I'm going to place that bud on the inside of the second one I did like that. Pick it up and bring those petals up around it as well. And it doesn't matter if you have too much glue from the inside of those, don't worry, it dries perfectly clear. Even if it pops out the top, it's not going to show when it's dry. And just keep forming it until it's nice and stuck on there. Okay, so now I've got a little bud there. You can see it's still quite flat on the bottom. So the next one, I'm going to go to the one where I put the extra glue in the center, and I'm just going to put it right in the middle and pick up those little petals and just hold them for a second until it starts to set up around the edge. So we want the look of a flower that's kind of unfurling. And then the last one, I'm going to just offset that and set that right in the middle like that. Okay, so give that a second and that will be nice and glued for you. And you can add some ink if you want to accent it a little bit. This one I'm just keeping that color. And you can just use a glue dot. You can add tiny little, oops, let me try this. Probably needs a little longer to set, but there we go. That'll dry in place. And a little teeny flower off the side of our sentiment, just to add a nice little accent. Not too much, just a tiny bit. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, and we have so many more on our YouTube channel. Please take a look at them all.